So, we're back here again. This is part 2 of the Northern Monk What the Fuck Were They Thinking beers that they've released fairly recently. On the back it says, for dessert we teamed up with Aunt Bessie's to brew a sweet, fruity pale ale based on the old school classic, Jam Roly Poly and custard. And indeed, it does have custard in the ingredients. Malted barley, wheat, oats, maltodextrin, plum, apricot, strawberry, custard, hops and yeast. So it's a fair few different fruit flavours in there. I assume it's a composite jam they use in the roly-polies? I don't know. I was going to look up the ingredients list for the roly-poly because that seemed like a weird mix of fruits, but I didn't. I'm a little bit disappointed they literally just didn't smash a jam roly-poly into it because, I mean, you've basically gone the whole hog at that point, haven't you? And pastry stouts exist, so a suet pastry, well, it's not a stout, but a suet pastry pale ale, that could be interesting, right? It's milky. I can smell hops. I can really smell hops. Not sure if I smell custard. It's a hazy number. Oh, there's like a whack of fruit coming at me. Interesting. Okay. Something a little bit soapy about it. Loads of plum. Like, plum is kind of like the predominant fruit that comes out of it. I'm not finding the custard. That's something I didn't ever think I'd say on a beer review, and I've reviewed some wacky shit in times gone by. I've probably reviewed things that are way weirder than this, to be fair. Cucumber beer springs to mind. Okay, well, let's go for it. There's the custard. Yeah, man, there is the custard. It's fucking delightful. You could be fooled into thinking that suet pastry was in it, so actually it doesn't need it. The fruits all come through in their own individual ways. You've got plum, you've got apricot, you've got strawberry, you have got custard. It finishes the beer. So rather than what you normally get with pale ales, which is quite a hoppy finish, you get a custardy finish, which is nuts, but I'm into it. The hops are there, but they kind of play with the tartness of the fruit, and they don't interfere in sort of the back end of the beer. It is, man. It's got a degree of complexity about it. It's not one of those beers that you could pair with food because it is by and large food itself. Would you bother putting Jam Roly Poly with a Jam Roly Poly beer? Is that too much Jam Roly Poly? Is that like Jam Roly Poly cubed? I like a Jam Roly Poly. I think, again, it's one of those desserts that it deserves a bit more love than it gets. And spotted dick. Northern Monk have had practice with this kind of stuff before, so I'm not surprised they pulled this off. Ooh, fuck it. On the internet, I've been more generous towards the brown ale than other people have been. I think a lot of other people were a bit offended by it. How many school dinners out of 5 would I give this? I'd give it a 3.5. This beer lives up to what it says it's going to be. However, as a beer, I feel like it's not the most inspired of a pale ale. It is just a pale ale, if that makes sense. That's maybe a bit snooty. To be fair, if you've got a beer that needs dressing up, this video is a fucking mess. There are worse ways to do it than sticking jam and custard in it. Comment down below, do you guys like roly-poly? Or have you tried these and do you like them? Are you not into them? What do you think? Actually, leave me a comment down below. What is your favourite old school dessert? Let's get that conversation going, because I'm curious. You know, all like the forgotten, like, you know, sticky toffee pudding, that doesn't count. Everyone likes that one. Unless you don't, in which case, what's wrong with you? Thumb the video if you enjoyed it, and do consider subscribing to the channel, because I'm that close to 500, which is nuts. I didn't expect like more than 100 people to like subscribe to this, and I was totally fine with that. And we're nearly at like half a thousand. That's a weird way of saying 500.